Alright guys, today I just want to talk about some things. Lately, I've been hearing a lot of people make a lot of excuses. You know what I mean? I can't, people. I can't. You can't. It's impossible. You don't know what you're talking about. Pessimistic, negative people. We all know those people. We all have that type of person in our lives. That one person that you think of, and it's just like, why do you hate everything? You know what I mean? And these people, man, they've quit. They've quit on their life. They've quit on themselves, right? And you can't be that person. Because you see, they've quit on their life, they've quit on themselves, they've quit chasing whatever dream it is that they had. They let somebody tell them that they couldn't do it, and so they stopped doing it. Right? And now they're complaining, now they're whining up and down. You know, it's not possible for you because it wasn't possible for me. Well, it's not possible for you because you quit. You're not trying anymore. You're not even going to try to do it. How do you expect to do it? You can't. And they're complaining about their lives, and they're saying, this never worked out for me, and you know, this isn't working out for me, and my parents did this, and I grew up in a family that did this, and blah 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 blah, and complain and complain and complain. And while they're complaining, they're not doing anything to fix their current situation, right? Meanwhile, you can't be like that. Once you see that, it makes you never want to be that kind of person. Right? They're complaining about where they are in life, but they're not doing anything to fix their situation of where they are in life. Right? They're not doing anything to make their life better next year. They're making decisions right now that are going to keep them in the same place in a year. Right? Where they should be making decisions that are going to get them in a better place in a year. While it might not be immediate gratification, while it might not remove you from your situation immediately, it will help you work to get out of whatever hole you're into and to put you in a better situation where you could be happier in the long run, right? So my point is, guys, when you see somebody and they're just crying, they're just whining, you know, I think it was Dale Carnegie that said, when you're complaining, constantly complaining without providing a solution is just called whining. You know, just whiners. You know, just negative people. You got to keep fighting. You understand? Well, it's okay if you wanna vent. It's okay if you wanna let some steam out. But you got to keep fighting. You got to keep pushing against the grain, right? And just imagine that you're pushing a big boulder up a mountain, right? And you've gotten halfway up. And then the person that's just whining has gotten 3 inches up. They're like, oh my, you know, my legs aren't strong enough. My arms hurt. You know, they're just whining and whining. They're not even trying to push that boulder up the mountain. They're not even trying to meet the end goal, right? Meanwhile, while they're still yapping, now you're 3/4 of the way up. You only have 1/4 of the way to go, and then you're going to be at the top of that mountain. You're going to reach a goal so high that nobody else has ever reached before. You're going to feel so proud of yourself because you fought, because you were fighting for something. You understand? The minute that you say no, the minute that you quit, the minute that you say fuck it, that's when everything begins to collapse around you, right? Imagine you get halfway up that hill, right? Imagine you're sober and you're halfway through the goal that you set for your sobriety. Or imagine you're trying to lose weight and you've lost 20 pounds out of the 40 pounds that you wanted to lose, and you just said, fuck it, I'm done trying. Guess what? That boulder that you just got halfway up the hill is gonna spin back and just crush your ass. Because you gave up. And that's the same thing with life. That's the same thing with life. If you just give up, you just say fuck it, not only will you stay in the same place for the rest of your life, but everything that you know will begin to collapse around you. Right? And I get it. I understand. The people who are saying, well, I grew up in this kind of household, and my dad abused me, and I'm in a really, really dark place. I get that, right? You know, my mom wasn't around. My dad wasn't around. I overdosed twice. I was this close to being a high school dropout. You know, I was doing drugs and alcohol and drinking alcohol from the age of 13 to 23, right? You don't think I don't know what it's like to be in a dark place, but I've always known that where I am right now isn't indicative of where I'm going to be tomorrow, right? Where I am right now, that has no correlation with my success or my successes tomorrow. What does have a correlation with my success tomorrow or my success in 5 years is the decisions that I'm making right now. So if I'm making bad decisions, right? If I decide to go rob a store, if I decide to go rob a bank, that's not going to correlate with me and where I want to be in my future. If I decide to drink my day away, that's not going to correlate with me and where I want to be in my future. I always knew that where I was yesterday didn't have to mean that that's where I was going to be tomorrow, right? And that always gave me the hope that I would one day get to a better place, right? So I get it if you have a lot of shit happening to you, but nothing's ever gonna get better if you just sit there and cry about it. You gotta continue to fight, right? You gotta keep fighting. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep dealing with the daily struggles. And as soon as you quit, as soon as you say fuck it, I'm done, as soon as you give in to the struggle, you've lost. You've lost in your life. That's it. And like I said, everything around you will begin to collapse. A wise man once said to me, "The man on the inside is broken, the man on the outside will fall," and that is true every single time. Albert Einstein once said, "Life is like riding a bicycle. In order to maintain your balance, you must keep moving." So keep moving, keep pushing, keep fighting. You know, I want you to be better. I want you to be better than the person today than the person that you were yesterday. You know, I want you to evolve as a person. You know what I mean? I want you to succeed. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved. I'll see you next time.